His big master suite. He had like one of those big frame beds with the fancy stuff on it. And I'm digging underneath the bottom of the bed frame. I'm underneath this thing now like this, trying to crawl and get back to this king, California king. And I feel something. What is that? I'm like, oh, this must be it. So I pull it out.
I do not know you, but I am your brother.
You do not know me, but I am your protector.
I will run into a burning building to save your life.
Though I do not know your name, I will take a bullet for you.
Though we've never met,
I believe in duty and sacrifice
of self.
Your family is my family.
Is my family. Your life is my duty.
What's going on, guys? It is time for another episode of Behind the Uniforms. Today, I've got my buddy out here. I'm super excited to have this guy on the show. We met, 6 months ago or so?
About that, yeah.
And shortly after that, we were doing jujitsu. Well, we weren't doing jujitsu together. He does jujitsu, and I was getting my face pounded into the ground. But listen, so the story behind the show, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, is that we invite law enforcement, first responders, veterans, all to come on the show. They bring a bottle of whiskey for the whiskey wall. I'll let you tell everybody what you brought in a second. And then they share the videos that come out, and they share a positive story and a difficult story. So with that being said, go ahead, tell them all who you are.
My name is Matt Hogan. I am in law enforcement in the state of Connecticut. I've been in law enforcement for about 9.5 years. I worked this state as well as in Georgia for about 4 years prior to this. Married, have a son, and I'm a patriot.
A new son.
New son.
It's exciting.
3 months.
Beautiful kid.
Yes.
What'd you bring to the table?
So this is Wolfhound Irish whiskey. I'm Irish. My last name's Hogan, so I love Irish. It's actually got 91 points on Wine Spectator, so I figured we'd give it a shot and see how it happens.
Brother, I'm particularly impressed because we have a lot of whiskey. We don't have this whiskey.
I figured, that's why I thought you'd have something from the higher end around the table here, so I went with something a little different here.
Nicely done. All right, so first of all, cheers to you.
Thank you.
Where do you want to go first, high or low?
Go low, I guess.
All right. Give us your story. That's delicious.
It's not bad, actually. So both of these stories are going to be based out of when I was in Georgia. The first one was kind of a two-part where I was on patrol in this section of Atlanta, Georgia that has a long stretch of double-lane highway. It's surrounded by large apartment complexes all the way down probably 4 or 5 miles of apartment complexes. We get a phone call, 911, that the local sheriff's department was serving an arrest warrant and that one of the sheriffs got shot, and the sheriff was actually trapped on this. It was like a sub-level apartment complex where you have to go up a set of stairs and there's a landing to the apartment. So she was trapped on there while the guy was in the doorway shooting out towards the rest of the department. So, all hell breaks loose. Cops are flying up. There's a long rock wall that we're all taking cover behind, and there's nothing really we can do at this point because we have to wait for the SWAT team. There's nothing we can handle. So a couple of the guys are getting in one of the cruisers, and they shoot down past the apartment complex so they have a little bit of cover. And they actually wind up getting up top and are able to drag her away from the scene. So barricade subject happens, so there's shots getting fired, all that, and they wind up getting him out without injury. He's not killed, nothing like that, nothing like you see on TV. Comes out no problem. So about a week or so, maybe a couple weeks after that, it wasn't anything as serious as that, but this is in the back of our mind now, obviously. It always kind of hangs with us. Sure. So I'm just driving around patrolling my area, and I see a set of what look like gangbangers based on their clothing description. What they were using colors to obviously mark their territory, kind of thing. And we know the area pretty well, so we know who's where. So I go past a couple times. I see that they're outside drinking. They got a couple, not whiskey, they got something else outside, open bottles. So I go loop around just to go talk to them, and they run off as soon as I pull up. So I'm like, all right. So I get out of the car, I walk up. It's like a Honda Civic 4-door, and I walk up to the car. No one's in it, but it's unlocked. Windows are down. I look in the back seat. There's a fully loaded AK-47 with a banana clip in the back seat, and there was a handgun on the dashboard. And the car's like tagged up with gang logos on the inside, on the dash and stuff like that. There's stuff hanging, all a bunch of paraphernalia. So I'm like, whoa. Draw my gun. I run back to my car because I don't know where they are at this point. I don't know what they have. There's a door open to the apartment complex that they ran past. They ran behind it. So I radio to my guys. I'm on this like a crime suppression unit. So my guys show up. We secure the area, and no one's hurt. they wind up actually, weird enough, they actually walk back to us. It never happens ever like you see on TV, like they usually take off in terms of gunfire or something crazy. The two kids, they were like 18, 17, they actually walked up to us and they're like, I'm 18, I can own this weapon.
Oh, come on.
So
Come on.
Yeah, swear to God. So it was sweat drenching because I was so nervous, obviously, because you don't know what's going to happen. There may be in the windows, they may have more gang guys hanging out someplace, and we're sitting there for a while trying to figure out where they ran to. We had K9 units come, all kinds of stuff, and the kids wind up after like an hour or two, they just like wander back to us, like nothing happened.
Man.
They were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they walk up, like, "We can own this because it's we're 18." So we're like, "Actually, no, you can't."
Holy cow. That's
So-
insane.
Yeah, so it was just nerve-wracking for us particularly because we were at that scene just a few weeks or months before that, and having that in the back of our mind and being almost possibly in the same situation one more time, we're like, whoa, hang on here.
Did she survive?
Yeah, yep, she was fine.
God.
Not a good shot. He actually shot through the wall, so it was kind of luck of the draw that she got hit, or unluck of the draw, I guess.
Wow.
So.
All right, so let's go high.
So hi. I had actually had to text my buddies from down there to kind of refresh my memory because I've been gone for so long now. So. We were watching a house that we knew was there was meth coming out of for quite a few weeks, and we were trying to get some information on who was living there, what was going on. So I was actually in the woods watching them. I had like a BDU uniform on, so you couldn't really see me in the woods like a ninja. Yeah. And I'm sitting in the woods with my binoculars, hanging out, all proned out, and I see like 5 or 6 people walk out of the house. They're all hanging outside the house. So. I get some big balls, and I run up to them, and I freeze everybody there. I must have had a good tone of voice or good posture because everybody like freeze in their place, and they hung out. So we detained everybody, and we went up talking to the guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now. I think it was like Spencer or something like that. And so we get consent for the house. We talk to the homeowner, and he explains what's going on. So during our consent search of the house, we're turn this place upside down looking for meth. We find some good stuff, and we're going through the bedroom. It was a large, like 2-floor condo. So we're in the 2nd floor bedroom. This big master suite. He had like one of those big frame beds with the fancy stuff on it. And I'm digging underneath the bottom of the bed frame. I'm underneath this thing now like this, trying to crawl and get back to this king, California king. And I feel something. What is that? I'm like, oh, this must be it. So I pull it out. And it's one of those floppy, gigantic dildos. So I scream to my buddy. I go, Doug, I got it. And he's like all excited because he thinks we got like the mother load. So I go, catch, and I toss it over the top of the bed, and he catches it. Ah! And it starts getting like a hot potato around the room to the rest of the guys in the unit. So that was.
Was that submitted as evidence?
No, it was not. That was dropped in place and left for the homeowners to take care of. And we washed our hands afterwards because it was awful.
That's hysterical.
But it was.
So, I mean, listen, we've seen a lot of changes in policing over the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. Is it a scary environment today?
Oh, 100%.
What can your average civilian do to contribute to make things a little bit better?
Respect us just a little bit more, like we used to get respect. Listen to us when we tell you to do something, because we're looking out for your best interests as well as ours, and your safety and ours. I mean, that's really pretty simple.
Well, I mean, the whole idea behind the show is to show that these men and women just want to go home safe to their families every single day. Mm-hmm. They don't go out there with a beat on you and plan on killing anybody. That's the last thing that they want to do. They just want to go home safe. They are just like you and I. So that about wraps it up. Guys, we just ask very simply that if you want to continue to see these, you just keep sharing the videos. And that does it, man. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
God bless America.